Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi, Destiny 2. So I'm going to recap this season 20. It's the first season I've been playing back in Destiny 2. And it's from my perspective, not the game. This was Lightfall, was this expansion. Went through that okay. Neptune is okay. I had to get some help getting through some of the things. It was pretty straightforward. The story was okay. I ended up buying a couple of the expansions to go back and play them, Witch Queen and the other one, and they were good as I've played those. And the big thing for me that came out of all of this was Destiny 2 has classes. You can be a Titan, a Hunter, or a Warlock. And then you have subclasses, and that's like an elemental kind of thing you're going to be. And what was introduced in Lightfall was Strand, and I like Strand. It complements kind of what I want to do and what I kind of the game style of play that I like to do. And so that's like an interesting thing. I mentioned to you a lot about Viljammer, which is a build type I have in the Division 2, and you might not know what it is in Division 2. You certainly, if you don't ever play the Division 2, you're not going to know what it is. It's a play style that is non-directional based. It's an AoE damaging, area of effect, multiple enemy damaging through walls, kind of not line of sight. You can be line of sight. That's an additional damage that you do, but it's a kind of play style I prefer in a lot of different games, where I can stay in out of harm's way and do damage, and I don't have to, not like a sniper where you're far away and you're not taking damage because of that, but like you can be relatively close, but the way your build is, you can put out damage while not dying. And Strand comes closest for that to me. Also, if you have the Osteostriga submachine gun, it does kind of a similar type of thing to what I play. So those two pieces really help you do that. And there's also Graviton Lance, also kind of does that for me as well. So I found a play style that matches similar to the Division. What I've learned is, as I've learned these maps, I get better and better at the game. So sometimes I like to think it's my strategy, but you can see here I'm running forward. If I really concentrate on the game and I run in a legendary here in Destiny 2 like I do in the Division, I do well. I don't die because I stay in cover. So should you consider adding Destiny 2 to your game rotation? I would say yes. If you're a fan of this channel, then I would love to team up with you. It's the only way we can cross play until maybe the division comes out with their new games, but those are also new games then. And I'd submit to you that this game is closer to the Division than maybe one of those games is going to be. But for me, I started off like at the bottom. Now I'm here. Sloth Mood, who was a person that commented on the channel, one of the first commenters, we ended up playing together on Destiny 2. He's really great at it. He has a lot of tips, and he has been super helpful. And we were playing yesterday, and he was talking about, at one point the idea was for all of us to raid. In Destiny 2, you have 3-man fire teams, but on a raid, you can have up to 6. So we were thinking we'd get more people to come over, but it never really panned out. You had some people that really, they wanted to hang out, but they didn't want to progress, which is okay, but we wanted to progress. So that was some natural friction there. And other people, and I have been all over the road. I've been back and forth and back and forth. And other people that are on Destiny already, they got a whole clique of friends they got to do. Why are they adding new friends? So I understand all that kind of stuff. But we wanted to get people that were interested in the same channel kind of stuff to maybe jump in, and maybe we could all raid together, be in a group together. So that's kind of what this started out as. Like, I A lot of the people that liked the YouTube channel were on Xbox or PlayStation. I'm on a PC, and we just couldn't play together. And when you talk about builds and playing a certain way, and people, it'd be interesting if we could all play in the Division, just they're never going to allow us to do that. So that's why I went over to Division 2. That's why this first season I kind of made an effort in between the Division to level up my character here in Destiny 2. We're at near the end of the season, so that's why I'm recapping it. There's some of the gameplay I really like. I like Lost Sectors. They're short, kind of easy, bite-sized worth of gameplay that you can play. You can scale it up as tough or as not tough as you want. Next, you have Battlegrounds, which are redoing missions already played, and then you have Nightfalls, which are a little bit harder. So there's 3 gameplays that I like, and then they have a bevy of PvP type of things. They have one called Gambit, which is like a PvP light. You're fighting NPCs, and how well you do against the NPCs in your map puts shitty NPCs over on your enemy's map, and then every once in a while one person can go over from each side and cause havoc. That's a pretty easy type of gameplay. There are more hardcore levels of PvP gameplay. I don't get into those, but Sloth played a 6-on-6, and he said that was a not as heavy duty of affair. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. And so the point was, if we have like a little community, that it'd be nice if we could all do stuff together. And maybe some of you don't want to do that. Maybe some of you just like the videos, and that's fine too, because I'm going to still do the videos. As you notice, I've been shortening the videos down. Eventually, I might do some a little bit longer, but it's kind of longer term plans on that. If you could like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, I'd appreciate it. As I'm trying to do content every day, I don't expect people to comment every single day, because then it becomes more of a job. But if there's something that you like, or something that you hear, that there's Roxy and Macy, if there's something that you like or hear, please feel free to comment. I don't want you to not comment, but I also realize I don't want it to feel like an obligation. When I started doing this was kind of long-term into more of a podcast kind of thing. And so eventually, for this to be a podcast, I'm going to have to put my face on the screen. And I joked about, like, that's going to be the horror of seeing my face. And then I'd probably go a little bit more and talk about more topical things. And then probably have some overarching things that I would always talk about. Also, I'm really interested in hearing what other people's ideas are and their takes, and exploring that. And so that's part of the fun for me, has been hearing what other people want to do and playing with them and listening to them. And I think that's great. And, I think everyone can create, and I think everyone has a story to tell. And I try to encourage people in a lot of different ways. And sometimes it's a little more abrasive than others, and I apologize for that. But if you're interested in getting into doing videos for YouTube, and you like to talk about things, and you have an opinion, and you don't mind being asked why about the opinion and why you think the way you do, and look out at alternative points, then I think you'd enjoy playing. Even if every time we play, I don't make a video of it, or maybe not the part you want, but I'm going to try to make videos every day and kind of talk every day about things. And we wipe right there. Sacre bleu. So that's kind of my season 20 recap. It was easy to get up. Some days I go up 5 or 6 levels because I would just play diligently. And what was nice is when I had a pre-made group, Sloth would be in it, and we go to a battleground, and he had to carry me. I wasn't that good, and I didn't know how to play. And partly the game was so different. I mean, if you notice, there's really nowhere to go and cover here. So one of the fundamental differences between the Division 2 and Destiny 2 is this cover system in the Division 2 or the Division 1. That's a highlight of the game, and in Destiny 2, that's not a highlight of the game. You have some type of survivability, you have some skills, and you have some movement. So movement's a key in this. I almost get knocked off the map. So, what do you think? I'm going to be doing some more Destiny 2 videos. I'm primed for Season 21. I look forward to having you jump in the group. I'm going to include Sloth's Discord. Eventually, I'll put my Discord in there. I don't really do a lot on my Discord right now. I just hang out on Sloth's. And I hope that you come and join us. We'd love to have you. Crossplay. And we're willing to help you gear up. So, again, Ronan Kazi signing off. Thank you, YouTube. And there are the dogs on cue.